Assalamu alaikum dear students, I am Sarimat Qasim. As we know that we all are going through the first chapter of the Great Expectations and our chapter is The Escaped Prisoner. Inshallah, in this video we are going to discuss our last four topics. Let's start from the young man. Now we are going to the explanation. The next morning, I woke up early and went downstairs. I stole a pie and wrapped it in a piece of cloth. Then I looked for something to give the prisoner to drink. There was a large stone jar of the brandy in the kitchen. I poured some into an empty bottle and took that. These lines are said by the pip. Here I want to tell you that these kinds of drinks like brandy, it is prohibited in Islam. There was a door in the kitchen that led into the forge, so Pip decided to go through and took one of Joey's files. Then he ran to the marshes. It means that the student he is just trying to fulfill his promise which he had made yesterday with the prisoner. It was a wet, misty morning. The mist was so thick and did not see the signpost pointing back to the village until it was very near it. When he reached the marsh, it was even worse. It was so misty that he could not see the way. But he just thought that he had often to the old building on Sunday with joy. I knew the place well, said by the pip, because of the mist. I lost my way and I had to walk back along to the riverside. He was walking quickly. Suddenly, he saw a man sitting in front of him. His arms folded and he was asleep. Back was toward him. He thought it was my prisoner. So Pip decided to touch him softly on the shoulder. Suddenly he jumped on his feet at once and turned around. It was not the man I had met, said by the Pip. He was also dressed in rough grey clothes and had a chain on his leg, like my prisoner, but on the side of the face was a deep cut on his face. He was looking like a stranger. He gave the terrible cry and tried to hit Pip, but he must have been very weak because he missed me and almost fell down. Then Pip ran away into the mist. When he was running there, then and at that time he found the building and saw the prisoner waiting. He gave him the file, and then the prisoner started to have some food. But in that moment, he was looking like so hungry. Here, students, we are going to start our next topic, which is I feel sorry for the prisoner. What is in the bottle? Said by the prisoner to the pip. Brandy, replied the pip. Stopped eating and drank some of the brandy. He was shaking because of the cold and could not hold bottle still while he was drinking. I think you are ill, said by the pip. I think I'm a boy, it's very wet around here. I told him, you should not have been lying on the wet ground. Then Pip decided to have some breakfast before he dies from the cold. If they were going to hang me, I would still want to eat my breakfast. First, that's the truth. Means Pip decided to have food before he dies. He ate very fast. Suddenly he stopped eating and looked around quickly, like a dog that has heard something suspicious. Have you brought anyone with you? Said the prisoner. No, no, sir, I cried. Well, I believe you, said the prisoner. You are too young to take pleasure in seeing a poor prison courted by the soldier. I don't think you would bring the soldier to hunt for me. It means that the student here, the prisoner is believing the pip because the prisoner thought that there is a team of the soldier along with the pip there, but there was nobody along with the pip. I felt sorry for him watching him eat the pie. I said, I'm glad you are enjoying. Thank you, my boy. This sentence is said by the prisoner. Here we are going to start our next topic, which is the other prisoner. After a while, Pip asked, "Aren't you giving any of the pie to your friend?" "Stop eating," he asked to the young man. "The one you talked about yesterday," I told him. "Oh, him," he said and laughed. "He does not want any food, but he looked very hungry." "Sir," I said. The man stopped eating. He stared at me, looked. "You mean you saw him?" "When?" he asked. "Just now." "Where?" "Over there." Pip pointed. "I found him asleep. I thought it was you." Here, student, Pip is describing that there was a man outside of the building. He caught hold of me and shook me. "What did he look like, quick boy?" This question was asked by the prisoner. "He was dressed like you and had a chain on his leg too." "Didn't you hear the gun shoot last night?" said the Pip. "So there was a shoot last night," he said to himself. "That means that somebody has also escaped from the prisoner ship. Means the new one prisoner who has left, who has escaped from the prisoner ship." Here we are going to start our last topic. The prisoner tries to free himself. Let's start the explanation. Then he turned to me and asked, "What about his face, Pip? Was there anything strange about his face?" "There was a cut on it on the left side," said by the Pip. "Oh, where is he now? Show me the way," he wanted. He put the remaining food inside his coat. I pointed the direction where the other man had gone. So Pip said where the exactly his direction is. So he decided to find him. Now here the prisoner stared into the mist. Then he took the file and started to rub it against the chain on his leg to cut it free. He did not pay attention to the Pip. Here, student, the Pip decided to go. The last I saw of him, he was sitting there in the mist, said by the Pip. He was bent over, working hard with the file as he tried to cut through the chain. Then I walked a little way, then stopped and looked back. He was hidden by the mist and could not see him. But I could still hear the sound made by the file on the chain. These lines are said by the Pip. Here, students, we have finished our first chapter. I hope you all have enjoyed the whole first chapter. Stay home, stay safe. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.